Hey guys, hope you're doing well. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about why I think Qubic could be a really massive project. In my opinion, obviously, it's just my opinion. Some of you guys mightn't agree with it. I mightn't be right, but in my opinion, I think Qubic is overlooked by a lot of people, and I think it's going to be, or could be, nothing's ever guaranteed. I think it could be a really massive project. So let's get into it. This all comes from an article that I wrote on X recently, and I think it's got some very interesting insights that you guys enjoy. So, here's why I think Qubic could be huge, and the emphasis again just being on could be. I don't know anything for definite, but I'm just giving my opinions. So, to explain why Qubic could be huge, we'd have to go back to 2009. In 2009, there was a new technological development. I'm sure you all heard of it. It was called Bitcoin. And Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency and was the first successful attempt at producing a decentralized currency. People have spent a long time trying to create this sort of technology, and this was just a really big deal. You would imagine that a revolutionary project like this would have been bought up by the masses, but interestingly, Bitcoin was really cheap during its first 4 years of existence. People generally thought that they were doing the right thing back, in those early days of Bitcoin, to sell Bitcoin at around $20, earning a profit. So say they might have bought it for $1 or less than $1, and then they were like, oh my God, this is worth $20. They're going to sell it now and earn a profit because, this thing is going, it's not going to go anywhere. Then fast forward around 12 years and now Bitcoin is worth around $63,000 and most likely will grow significantly in price in the future. Now people are saying that it's going to be worth $1 million in the future. I don't really think that will happen, but it's possible. I mean, I would have never expected it to hit $63,000 years ago. And then, after Bitcoin, then came the copycats. So after Bitcoin, we got lots of other copycat projects, and we also got many projects that evolved and improved the idea of Bitcoin. So we got Ethereum, XRP, Solana, NXT, IOTA, Cardano, Doge, VeChain, etc. All these projects. If I haven't mentioned your favorite project, it's just because there's so many projects now, and all these projects were successful because they evolved and built on the idea of Bitcoin, and because some of them were the first. They were some of the first crypto projects that ever existed. So Ethereum went on to be the second biggest crypto project. And the question is, why did Ethereum become the second biggest crypto project and why is it still there? And the reason was because it was another huge technological revolution. Ethereum didn't just improve on the idea of Bitcoin, it created something completely new in the form of smart contracts. So it was like a new invention on top of Bitcoin. And if we fast forward today, we now have millions of crypto projects. All the capital invested into crypto is separated amongst all these projects. And even though there's so many great new projects that are coming out that are creating these new types of inventions, you need to be a truly unique project to stand out and become, this staple of crypto like Bitcoin did, because, Bitcoin is obsolete now really in terms of technology, but it's up there because it's the OG. And Ethereum, there's a lot of better solutions now, but Ethereum is there because it still serves a purpose and because it's the OG in terms of building on that idea of Bitcoin. But now it's become really competitive. So even if your crypto project is a significant advancement on Bitcoin, it's just hard to stand out from the crowd. Projects that are technologically advancing Bitcoin struggle to stand out like they used to. For example, Caspa is an epic advancement on the idea of Bitcoin, and it should be and probably will be a big success, but it probably won't be as massive of a success as it would have been 5 or 10 years ago when it could have become the number 2 crypto and been really massive. Now, it might struggle to just achieve those heights and become the number 2 or even attempt to surpass Bitcoin as the number 1 because people just aren't as excited by the idea of the next project that advances the idea of Bitcoin. People are just getting bored by this stuff. It's not as exciting anymore. So here's why Qubic could be different. And again, emphasis on could be. In my opinion, there's a really high chance of this happening, but I don't know. It's just my opinion, so could be different. So Qubic also advances on the idea of Bitcoin, and for that reason, it has the potential to become a top 20 or even a top 10 project, just based on how it advances cryptocurrencies to smart contracts. Because, Qubic's speed, decentralization, and smart contracts would have made it an absolutely massive crypto project 5 to 10 years ago. But nowadays, it's hard to know if this is enough to make Qubic a massive player in the crypto space. But there are two things that can make Qubic a massive success. So just those things like its security, decentralization, speed, scalability, feelessness, smart contracts, decentralized apps, all those things could put it into the top 50, top 20, top 10 just alone. But it's hard anymore to gauge whether it definitely will. But, if this was 5-10 years ago, you'd 100% know for a fact Qubic was going into top 10 or top 5. But there's two things that make Qubic stand out and make it a massive success beyond all those typical crypto things. And the first and the less significant thing is the useful proof of work model that Qubic is based on. So if Qubic's useful proof of work model works as expected and a successful use case is implemented for this useful proof of work model, then Qubic should be a top crypto project, because the ability to acquire that level of computational power is unique among any project in the world. This will grow Qubic beyond just a crypto project into a completely different stratosphere. So if you don't understand what useful proof of work is, it's basically when someone mines a crypto. So when people mine Bitcoin, they expend their computational power to solve a cryptographic algorithm, and in that they prove that a transaction happened on the network, because of the cost of that, the electrical cost of I'm explaining this terribly now. Of the electrical cost of proving that transaction. I guess the best way of putting it. I don't want to go into mad detail, but that's what the proof of work is that it's there's a cost proving that each transaction happened. But all that electrical energy is wasted on the Bitcoin network. And actually, the Bitcoin network now uses more electricity and computational power than many countries in the world, and many major countries like Argentina, the Netherlands, and so on. But Qubic manages to capture all that computational power and energy and put it to use. And it can use it for a number of things. And one of the things it's doing right now is training AI. So that's really, really unique. And Qubic, through this, is building a supercomputer. And if it continues on the path that it's going down, it'll become the most powerful supercomputer in the world. And apparently right now, it's top 5 or 6 already, which is just incredible. And that's one thing that makes Qubic stand out. But the second thing is the really, really big thing. If Qubic could develop an AGI or even an AI that is competitive with ChatGPT or Google's Gemini, and at the same time work using a useful proof of work model, then Qubic will be the first in a new line of technology. It will mean that we are looking at Qubic in a super, super early phase. I mean, when we look at Qubic now, we think, oh, it's kind of developed, but no, it's in super early phase. And it would mean that we are just judging Qubic like a cryptocurrency when it's something that is far beyond the cryptocurrency. It's a completely different arena that Qubic's in. It's got elements of cryptocurrency, but it's doing something completely different. It would mean that we're expecting Qubic to follow the trends and rules of crypto markets when this isn't a typical crypto project and is something far beyond crypto and typical crypto projects. The crypto, decentralized money, smart contracts space is just completely oversaturated, and even a unique project like Qubic struggles to stand out in this space. Both with useful proof of work and AGI they completely remove Qubic from that space and moves it into another space where the competition is far less. In fact, Qubic is the only player in this space. It means that Qubic may not even follow Bitcoin. It may not follow typical crypto cycles, and it could grow far beyond any crypto project. Of course, I don't know what will happen with Qubic. As I said, it could fail, and it is important to say that. I can only view it from the outside, and I'm not sure how well their AGI is developing, but the signs and sounds are promising. And if somebody's going to do it, somebody is going to eventually create an AGI. Why not be Qubic? 15 years ago, people would have said that you're crazy to think Bitcoin could ever be worth $63,000. And very few people saw the potential for the project and realized what was possible with it. And right now, Qubic people think you're insane for saying that I could develop AGI or even an advanced AI or even a great useful proof of work model that's a supercomputer. People laugh at that. People laughed at you for thinking that Bitcoin could even hit $20, 15 years ago. So it's, the potential is there, the possibility is there, and all the signs are pointing to Qubic believing that they're on a path here. And even if they don't hit and manage to create an AGI, even if they can create a really strong AI tool or an AI tool that uses completely decentralized computational power, I mean, the potential for Qubic then is huge. As I always say, nothing's guaranteed, only time will tell, but I think it's really, the future really looks interesting for Qubic. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm full of shit? What do you think? And I'll see you all on the outside.